Hello everybody, welcome back to Matty Reacts, the channel where we take a look at things we've never watched or listened to before. And my poor little brain can't cope with what's happening today, this recording day that I am recording these songs on, these reactions on, should I say. Not but 5 minutes ago did I cover a song by the Rasmus, which is called Creatures of Chaos. I hope you enjoyed that reaction. But here I am 5-10 minutes later, and I'm recording an Evanescence reaction, which again is just another one of those songs that transports me back to the early 2000s when Bring Me to Life came out, and sort of mainstream rock in that time period had a very specific sound, but Evanescence kind of changed that because there wasn't a lot of female fronted rock around at that time. Well, I'm sure there was, but it wasn't mainstream. And in fact, I believe the guy that sings in Bring Me to Life isn't actually part of Evanescence and was brought in just so that there was also a male vocal to make it more marketable, I think. If I've got that story wrong, I do apologise, but I'm pretty certain that's what I've read. I think, he was a friend of the band from what I can tell. It wasn't like, you must work with this guy, but that explains why none of the follow-up songs had him on. They just wanted someone that they could market to the male market is a bit, cynical, because some would argue that marketing a female-fronted band to the male market would work in many ways too. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but either way. It kind of changed the mainstream rock game when Bring Me to Life came out. And obviously they've done a lot of good songs over the years. I really liked Call Me When You're Sober. It's Going Under, there's My Immortal, all these really good songs. But I haven't really listened to much that they've done in the past sort of 5 or 10 years, I guess now. Call Me When You're Sober was definitely older than 10 years ago now. However, I saw that this has dropped just yesterday, and it's an official lyric video for Afterlife by Evanescence for the new Devil May Cry Netflix show. Didn't even know there was a Devil May Cry Netflix show coming out, so that shows how I keep up with these things. Now, I played the original Devil May Cry game. I haven't played any of the others. I know people who have played the others. I know people who are obsessed with the others, that it's their favourite sort of series of games. I'd love to pick them back up, but unfortunately, AAA titles like the Devil May Cry series these days are so expensive that until they go down in price, I don't always want to risk it if I'm not sure that I'm going to like them. So I haven't played a few in a while. I haven't played the games in a while. But maybe I have to check out the show because, we know the rough idea behind Devil May Cry. But before we get to the show, why don't we take a look at what the song is, what Afterlife by Evanescence from the show Devil May Cry for Netflix looks like. Oh, still the same logo.
This is your primary objective. His name is Dante.
Oh, it's a cartoon. Oh, this sounds very Evanescence-y. Give us a big chorus, come on. Yes. Yeah, this is very Evanescence-y, sort of atmospheric, sort of dramatic rock. Really, really cool. And actually fits the vibe of the series very well, it looks like. you know, I think Evanescence have always been, in terms of their imagery, have always been sort of quite gothic, and vampiric in some ways, and obviously Devil May Cry being sort of, about the devil, about demons. I think it's a good match, and this sounds like, vintage Evanescence. They don't sound like they've aged at all. Well, I suppose the rest of the band wouldn't sound like they've aged. They're just playing instruments, but yeah, she hasn't aged at all vocally. Amy Lee, her name. Yeah, really good. Let's see what else the song is. What is that? We're still going. We've still got another almost a minute. Just before, unless this is just going to be like a really long fade out, I don't know why I'd never considered that Devil May Cry would make a really good anime, but it seems to be a really good anime from this effectively glorified trailer for it. Was it a manga before it was a game? Because it almost seems like made for it, doesn't it? But there have been novels based on the franchise, and there has already been an anime in 2007, Devil May Cry, the animated series. So I guess this series on Netflix is kind of a reboot of that. Interesting, though, that the first one is listed as an anime, and this one is not listed as an anime. But it looks like an anime to me. Yeah, but it looks really interesting. Maybe I mean it looks like it's out pretty soon, so maybe I'll watch it. I don't really watch much anime or anime adjacent programming these days, so this might be a good way to get into it.
We all go down the rabbit hole together.
It was a really long fade out. I could have just played that last 5 seconds, couldn't I? Many apologies, everyone. Many apologies. Yeah, look. It's a really fun song. Um, it's a big throwback to, prime Evanescence in terms of when they were at their most mainstream famous, around Bring Me to Life and that sort of era. But all in all, just yeah, and the show looks good as well. It looks like a really well animated show. Whether it's classed as anime or not, it looks anime to me. But it looks good either way. So maybe I will. I did watch a couple of episodes of X-Men '97 last year, which is the first time I've watched like a cartoon created for adults, I guess, in a long time. And I guess this falls into that same category because you're probably not going to want your young kids watching this. But yeah, really interesting. Thank you very much for dropping by, and I'll catch you again in another reaction video very soon.